this love pain. Anybody got a bill like a pop? For this love pain. Anybody got a prayer like a session? For this love pain, yeah. Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription? Yeah. For this love pain. Anybody got a bill like a pop? For this love pain. Anybody got a prayer like a session? For this love pain, yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm like 3 minutes late, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Everything is gonna be all right. So, good morning, guys. This is Vivian, and today is another Successful Mind Power Hour. Although it's not an hour, it just rhymes, it just flows. And this is actually not even going to be that long today, because this is kind of a short message, but I think it's needed. Or it may be needed by somebody. Let's say it that way. So if you're new to the broadcast, just make sure that you give StreamYard permission for me to see your comments. Please like and share this video with whoever you think may want to hear it, or just like and share it anyway. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about a topic it's kind of strange, right? So traveling back in time. So if you could travel back in time, what would you do? Travel back in time, knowing what you know today, what would you do? How would you observe your life? Because we can't change the past, right? So if you could go back in time and look at what you did in your past with a new attitude, with fresh eyes, and what lessons would you learn from what you did? Because basically, if you went back in time, you'd be an observer, right? You wouldn't actually be in that time. You would be an observer. So you can't change the past. So you look at, okay, what lessons can I learn from that particular activity that I did? What was I thinking at the time? And sometimes you can do that. You can reflect. You can go back in time in your mind. Your mind is really powerful, right? So you can go back in time in your mind and say, okay, in this particular situation, because this is something that keeps coming up in my head, what would I do, or what could I have done to change that? Okay, I could have done this, I could have done that. Okay, that's a lesson. So all you're doing is reflecting. You're reflecting on what happened then to make sure that it doesn't happen, especially if it was not anything good. It doesn't happen now. So it's a lesson, right? Or maybe it was something good. That's a habit. And maybe you've lost that habit. So you come back and you say, oh, you know what? I used to do this and I really had good results with that. Let me go try that again. Because actually, I don't think I gave it a chance, right? So if you didn't give something a chance and it was actually getting good results, but you just didn't give it enough chance to have momentum, go back and try it again. That going back and reflecting is a good thing. But living in your past is not, because you can't change it. I don't care how many times you go back and look at it or whatever. You can't change what happened then, because that moment is gone. The only moment you have is like right now, right? So this morning, I want to talk about if you procrastinated before. Say you procrastinated yesterday. Okay, yesterday's gone. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do to change that habit, because all it is a habit, right? Change that habit today. And if you do something different today, then you've changed things, right? And so you're changing things for your future, not for your past, because the past is gone. Um, if you left something undone, say you had a list, okay, and yesterday you didn't get to all your lists, guess what? You can move it to today. Don't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. It didn't happen. Now you can make it happen. So sometimes what we do often is to look back at what we didn't do and beat ourselves. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't do that. Oh, why didn't I do that? Blah, 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 blah. Well, it's over. It's over. It's done. Let it go and start today, because you can't fix the past. It is what it is. And, if it hurts somebody, then apologize. That's all. You can't change it. Just apologize and be sincere about it. This morning on our daily inspiration call, we had a young man. He's an Emerald Ambassador with our company. His name is Horace Daly. He's in Kingston, Jamaica. And he one of the things he said in closing really stuck with me was that, there are 5 rules to success. Number 1, work hard. Number 2, go back to number 1 and forget the rest. So if you didn't work hard yesterday, go to number 1. You are going to work hard and complete your task today. Whatever those tasks are, I'm pretty sure you've written them down, right? You wrote down what you were supposed to do today, and you are completing those tasks now, right? Yeah. So sometimes we want to travel back in time, to fix those things that we didn't do. We can't do it. The reality is you can't go back in time. We only have now, this minute, this second, to do whatever we're going to do. Trying to fix something that was already done is a fantasy. You can travel back in time in your mind, learn lessons, and that's it. Can't change it. I want to kind of put this as, maybe a garden. Okay, so having a garden is not easy, right? I had one before, and boy, was it hard, because I don't really have a green thumb, but green thumb is relative to the work that you put in, right? So you have to clear the soil. So I had to kill the grass. So in this garden, I had to kill the grass, because I don't want grass. I wanted just dirt so I can plant my plants. I had to kill the grass, dig it up, till it, right? Then I had to dig the holes for my plants. Then I had to put the plants in there and cover them up, water them, fertilize them, do all this stuff for them. And then every day, not just one day, but every single day, I had to go back out there and I had to make sure I would water the plant. I would go out and take care. And if any weeds came up, I pulled the weeds. All of this until these plants were matured and I could harvest them. So if I were to say, go back and say, oh, well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, I can't change that, but I could fix it that day. So maybe one day I came home from work and I didn't really feel like going out there and pulling weeds. Well, the next day there's going to be more weeds. So I have to make sure that I don't live in that past and say, well, I didn't do it yesterday, so I might as well not do it today. No, just go ahead and start today. Start where you are, because starting where you are will make your future brighter. Not necessarily, don't worry about what happened in the past. It's gone. It's out of here. So if you do things over and over again until you get to your harvest, you'll feel much better, right? And you won't be worried about what happened in the past, because, can't change it. So going back in time should only be to reflect on lessons that you learned. not to wish you'd done something different. Jim Rohn said, don't wish things were different, wish you were better. Yeah, right. It's cool. And he said that only you can do that. Nobody's going to come out and save you. Nobody's going to come out and make you do it. Because if you listen to this, you're probably grown. If you're a grown person, then you can't go back and look at this stuff and go, oh, I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to change all this stuff. And then everything's going to be okay. No, that's not going to happen. Start today. Move forward. That's the only way. That's the only way. I can't even talk today. The only way things are going to change. So stop trying to change your past. Move forward. Keep going. Reflect and reminisce on on the good things that happened, and then the not so good things. Pull your lessons from it. Just make sure you pull your lessons from those not so good things that you did in your past. Start now and work hard. And then forget the rest of the rules and work like you never worked before, so that the future you can look back on this. Lord have mercy. I can't even talk today. What is this? See, I wrote all this stuff down. Now I'm trying to read. I don't know why I'm trying to read it. It came out my head. So work like you never worked before, so that the future you can look back on this moment and say, I did it. I did it. I stopped living in my past and I went for my future and I planted my seeds and now I'm harvesting all my fruit. The fruits of my labor are here. Yeah? Okay. So I want to end this with an invitation. I'm hosting a Zoom call tonight. Business opportunity call tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I forgot to put it in the description, but I'll put it in there. The link to the Zoom, and you are invited to attend. Just come and listen. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. Just come. Make sure you mute your mic when you come in, and just listen. It's okay. Just come and listen. And if it's not for you, great. If it is for you, great. We can talk later. But I'm just inviting you to come and listen. So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, however that works out for you in your time zone. And I will see you there, I hope. And just come in, make sure you put your name in the chat and where you're from. That way I can recognize you and welcome you to the call. So I will talk to you guys later. And I will see you on my next video. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.